Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here and this is Visualized NZ. Look what I've done. I am so happy. This is the cover for the Cowgirls and Lace journal and I was so super nervous about doing this on my sewing machine. How my sewing machine would handle it, because it's just a cheap machine and I hadn't sewn anything as heavy as this vinyl before. But I've got to say, it performed like a dream. Like, it was just effortless. So I'll show you this cover. So this is upholstery vinyl that I've done on the cover, and I've lined it with this piece of fabric that I've eco-dyed. So when I eco-dye my paper, I roll it up inside a fabric to protect the paper from being torn and things. So I end up with this lovely coloured eco-dyed fabric, and it was a creamy sort of colour to begin with. Actually, I've got the fabric right here that I use, that I've cut it from, so you can see the difference. It's beautifully coloured. Well, hopefully you can see the difference in the camera. So that's what I've lined it with, because I didn't want just the plain inside of the vinyl. I thought that was a bit boring. And then I sewed onto that this bit of broderie anglaise or eyelet lace, whatever you want to call it, and that's a creamy colour as well. And so that's just down the spine, and I let the lining fabric just hang out past the vinyl a little bit, and I anticipate that it will fray over time, and I kind of want it to do that. So if you're thinking, oh, it's going to fray and it's going to be a problem, no, I actually would prefer if it did fray a bit. So that's the plan there. I don't know whether I'm going to actually embellish the cover or not. I don't know that glue would necessarily stick that well to this vinyl. So it could be relatively a simple cover, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's quite beautiful in itself. And then when I was op shopping a couple of weeks ago, I picked up what I thought was a bag of lace. So this is a bit of it. There was this and red, and it was only $1, so I just saw lace, $1, grab. And it's actually headbands, and there's quite a few in the packet, more brown than there are red. And I think, like, for babies or children, I tried it on. It does fit, but it won't stay on because it's too stretched too tight around my head, so it just wants to slide off. But I thought that would make a really nice closure. It's loose at the moment, but I think once we get the journal done, that it will sit, you know, really nicely, and you can slide it off, work in the journal, and pop it back on, and she'll be good as gold. So I think that's what I'm going to go with as a closure, if it still fits once we've finished working in the journal. I'm sure it will though. Okay, so what I'm going to do up first, I'm going to sew in the signature, which is pretty exciting. I'm really excited about it. So this is our signature. I did pop in here the page that we were working on, the hinged book page, if I can find where I put it. So that's tucked in here, and then the other side of it over here. So that's the one that we worked on in the last couple of videos. So I've made sure they're all sort of lined up how I want them. Now I need to make sure that they are in the cover how I want it. So it is going to be a soft floppy cover. I thought about lining it with a paper bag or some cardstock or something, but I actually like having the soft loose cover. I think that's quite a nice feeling. So let's get this in, shall we? Just find the middle of our signature here. It's there. And now keeping it straight while I sew it in could be interesting. So let's just hope for the best, cross our fingers and all that, and hopefully get it in straight. And I don't think my clips are actually long enough, which is an interesting thing. So they're not gonna hold it particularly well for me. So never mind, we'll put the clips on and then we'll just double check that everything looks okay. So I can bend it down at the top okay, but it's not bending at the bottom for me. Oh, that one did okay. So how's that looking? Yep, I think that's okay. Let's just go for it and hope for the best. It doesn't need to be perfect. As long as it's in there, we should be good. Right, so I'm grabbing out my awl. I'm going to poke some holes, and this could be interesting, poking through the vinyl. So nothing for it but to go and do it. So I have to make sure I poke down nice and firmly and make, well, I can see light, but not a lot of light. Let's just push it through a bit firmer. This is going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be very interesting. Let's go about there and hope that we're getting straight along the spine, and there. Okay. Right, so we need 3 lengths of our cord. Oh, it's got something on it. I'd taken this away for a day with me. It looks like it's got gold paint. I don't know where that... no, it's not gold paint. It's makeup. I use a makeup case to take things away from home for the day when I'm working away from home. And it's pre-loved, so it's got bits of makeup on the inside, and that's what that'll be. It'll be a bit of makeup transference from the inside of the case. So it should rub off very easily. Right, so I'm just using waxed thread here, waxed cord, which is my preference. And we're going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so I don't need that anymore. So in the middle, finding my hole there. And the stitching is going to be exposed on the outside. Normally I'd cover it with lace if I was doing lace on the spine. But again, I didn't know whether lace would stay stuck down if I glued it. So I thought I'm better off just to do the stitching on the outside and make sure that the lace is permanently attached. This, sorry, I know I'm off frame, but I'm just having to bring it close up to me so I can see where the hole is. So this is going pretty okay, which is awesome. Okay, pass it under that first one. We can get rid of the needle and the awl, and hoping that everything is straight. I don't know what I could do to fix it if not, but however it's going to be. However, just make sure that's tight. Yep, that's tight. Let's give it a couple of knots. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the strings yet. I don't know that I've got any horsey sort of charms, but I'm just going to leave it dangling for now. Right, get rid of the clips, and the moment of truth as to whether it's all honky-dory. Right, I think I've sewn it higher up in the spine, in the cover. Like I think I've got it uneven top and bottom. Not majorly so. I think it will survive. Could be a little straighter on the spine maybe, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I have to say I am happy with that. So we have got a journal sewn in. It makes me happy. Very, very happy. And now we get to pop things in it, decorate it up. You do some ephemera. Oh, what fun. Fun, 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 fun. Right. Okay. So I can't just sit here leafing through it and enjoying it. Well, I could, but, you know, that's kind of probably quite boring for you guys. So I've got here one of my little envelope strips, and it's got little messages inside. Yep, just reminding myself. When I make these, I write in pencil on the back what I've stamped inside each envelope. so that I can make sure, without having to open and shut all the time, which one I want for a particular journal. So I've chosen this one. I think the colours work really well. So let's find a page to put this on. Obviously don't want it on top of a horse. No, we don't. So we're probably going to have to trim a little bit off the strip that it's on, which is not a problem. Where might we like it? Oh, I actually kind of like it here. And it fits perfectly, so it's meant to be. Let's glue that on. Just clearing the plug out of the top of my glue. I am recording. Yes, I am recording. I do apologize if there's a bit of shadowing. That's not normally there. I've got the curtains open behind me, and normally they're shut, but hubby was having breakfast before work this morning, and I sit up with him while he's having breakfast. So it was about, I don't know, 7:15, 7:10, something like that. So not super early, but sitting here in the lounge, and the power went out. So we opened up the curtains so he could finish seeing his breakfast and eating his breakfast. And I just haven't shut the curtains behind me since. And not, yeah, so there's probably a bit of extra shadowing. Hopefully it's not bothering you too much, guys. I thought I'd try it and see whether that extra light is helpful or whether it's a nuisance. So do let me know if it's causing too much shadow. And of course I've got the curtains open to my left as well, so left and behind me. So yeah, I feel like there is a bit of extra shadowing than normal, but hopefully it's okay. Do let me know, and then I can make sure that I've got the curtains closed in future, which they normally are. I quite often have the ones to my left open though. Right, quick sip of my coffee. Right, so that's in. And can I reach the other pile of ephemera that I had grabbed out? Oh, hopefully I haven't knocked the camera because I had to get up out of my seat. Sorry if I made you a bit seasick if I did knock the camera. And oh, I did knock the camera, didn't I? Because you are completely wonky. Is that better? I hope that's better. Hopefully. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to create a little earthquake for you. Right, so while I was at the sewing machine this morning, sewing the cover, I sewed up a fabric flip. So I've got some upholstery fabric here, like curtain fabric, this bit of stripy stretch, whatever it is, I don't know. This light sort of scarfy material in red and brown, a little bit of plaid, and a bit of lace. So I thought those all worked well with the sort of cowgirl and lace theme. So where might we like our fabric flip? Kind of thinking maybe in the back somewhere. And we just put something on that page, but I don't think that, yeah, no, don't like that there. No, don't like that there either. About here. Yes, there. I don't mind it there. So let's pop that on there. I think I might use my premium craft glue just to make sure it stays down nice. So very cool to be steaming along at the moment, but we'll slow down once we have to make some more ephemera, because I haven't got a lot of ephemera to go into this journal. I've got all that lovely stuff that came with the kit though, so excited to work with that. Just turn it around, make sure I'm actually getting it at the top of the page. And I just like this little bit of pink that was already attached to the lace. I thought, you know, Cowgirls and Lace, a little bit of pink, not a bad thing. Right, so there's our fabric flip-in. Awesome. Okay, I also grabbed out this little belly band that I had in my pre-done ephemera. Actually, that wouldn't be bad there, would it? But I feel like it needs a bit of decoration. So let's see what we've got in the kit that we might like to add on to it. Just something... Oh, I'm trying to take the lid off the bin and it hasn't actually got the lid on. Funny. That's a bit wide. It's a bit wide too. Too wide. Oh, do we want our little cowgirl? She's kind of cute, isn't she? Or we could go... What's that? Slightly too wide too. This lovely black and white. No. Too wide. Too big. I need to finish cutting that one out. It's a lovely horse head. I kind of like the girl. Let's go with the girl. I've got this like labely bit. It's a wallpaper strip, and maybe we want to put a word or a number or something in there. Here's a number. Tell you what, I need to bring this closer to me so I can actually see properly. Adventure. Oh, get in under there. I like that. I think that's cute. And then we could pop maybe that number up the top. Cool. Yes, I like that. So I'm going to tacky glue this on just because it is going partly over top of textured wallpaper, and I want to make sure it sticks, and I don't think the glue stick will necessarily do the job for all time. Tacky glue it is. Getting all the little bits here. She a bright little button, so cute. And I've got some lacy music paper up here that was cut with a border punch too, so that kind of is a nice tie-in with the Cowgirls and Lace theme. And I don't think this needs inking because it's got that black border. Oops, I didn't glue the girl straight. Never mind, just push this up a bit further. Like that. And then our number at the top. Right, now let's glue it on. And we have a belly band, which we need to put something inside of, or underneath rather. I didn't check that it fitted, but it does. Actually, it can go up a little bit. It's a little bit shorter than the page, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, isn't that adorable? Super cute. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay. So now we've got a belly band and a fabric flip. Now I've got both of them in the back. That's okay. I'm happy with that. Right. Now I've got this envelope here, which is something I actually made in a video yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. In a grungy style. It's for the Deal It Up challenge, and it's a little flip out, and I thought maybe we'll put this in here as well. It would seem to me that it would go with the theme. You know, the colours work quite nice, the style, so we can attach it to the page and it flips out, so we can tuck in something in here in the pocket. Now, decision, do we want to have this as a tack on this side, or do we want to just glue it down? So we could just have it as a little tuck here. I think yes. I think I like having the option of having it as a tuck. So I think this page is a good as page as any. Right, so I just want to glue, oops, with open glue helps. Glue at the top here, just on the flat and at the bottom. Slide it in and then stick it down. So it's only attached by those 2 points, which once it's dry should be perfectly adequate. And then it will just flip out like that. So loving that as well. Okay, next I have this fabric pocket, and I only ever made 2 of these. I really need to make some more, and I thought the colours would probably go with this theme okay. So let's find a page where we might, that's right, that's one of the pages I need to fix with a bit of washi tape or something. I kind of actually like it there. Yep, I'm going to go there, and again I'm going to use my premium glue just to make sure that it sticks down nicely, and I'm going to make it so that it's a pocket in the back as well. So before I put the sewing machine away today, maybe I need to whip up some more of these pockets, because I've now got none left. It's hard with the clear glue, it's hard to see where I've actually glued, whether I've got enough glue. Oop, glue strings, no, I think I didn't get enough on this side, so just put a little bit extra on, just for safety's sake. Right, and pop you down there. Cute. Cute. Could have had a bit of lace or something on it, would have been nice, but that's okay. We can always glue a bit of lace or something if we so desire. Right, I'm getting down on the pre-made ephemera that I found. Now this is the one I actually made yesterday. Will you fit in there? Yes, you will. Look at that. So I made this in yesterday's video, and this was part of Trash Craft Tuesday, and I was using grocery bag handles and doing things with them. So I made this journal card, and if we decorate it up, it'll be excellent for this journal. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the bigger pieces first to see if there's anything we might want to pop on here. Oh, what about this? That's kind of cool. Okay. I feel like we might want some book page or something. There's a little bit of encyclopedia page. Get rid of that bit at the top. And a little bit at the bottom. So I like that there. So I think I do want to ink around this little bit. Don't know why. I don't normally ink around the little bits in the background. I just feel like it needs it. Now this part's going to be covered, but the top and bottom might show, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink the whole thing because, you know, I decided to. Right, let's glue that on. there. Okay. Don't think this needs inking, but I'm just going to ink just in case I've left any white around it. Just takes a moment. And then I might layer up some things on top of this as well. So we've got, in the background here is a digital from Weathered Textures. It's like crochet doily sort of type texture. That's the image, what the image is of in a distressed fashion. So we've got our lace in there. Right, I'm thinking something round. So let's, I don't know if I've got, oh, hang on, yes, I see it in the bottom. Oops, spilling them everywhere. Some round numbers. That one, I think, or go this one, which is already cut out. Yep, that one. It ties in with the sort of orangey colours in the image. So let's go with that. Yep, just going to go with that. Put it down. Not going to ink around this one. Pop that there. And do we want any words? So for these I'm going for things that aren't part of the kit, just part of my ephemera, mixing and matching it a bit. There's not a huge amount of words in the kit, so I want to will need to supplement if I'm going to put lots of words on. Not laugh. Ooh. Courage. And I like that it's a kind of cut on a diamond. Yep, I quite like that. Just a little bit different. So I will ink this as well, I think. So there you go. You don't need to put your words on square or even round or oval or something. You can do a diamond. I think it looks quite cute. Oops, bit of glue don't want on there. It's bringing in a slightly different look. Just making sure it's inside the stitching, because I've sewn around this. I sewed around it this morning because I had white cotton in the machine, and I've only got one bobbin for the machine, which is a real nuisance, and I wanted brown to sew the cover, so I didn't want to waste all the cotton on the bobbin. So I did a bit of, I just went through my stash and it's like, I can sew that, I can sew that. So yeah, I was busy sewing this morning, which was time I didn't really want to be spending, but however, I didn't want to waste the cotton either by just throwing it away, so I could put brown on the bobbin instead. So I'm just going to give this a distress up around the edges, maybe a little bit over top of that, just to bring out that cool crinkled texture from the grocery bag handle. So yeah, if you want some ideas on what to do with grocery bag handles, head along to yesterday's video, Trashcraft Tuesday video, and see some ideas that I came up with on using them. I think there's 5 or 6 different ideas, very simple ideas, but just fun. Right, so that's that. So let's pop, firstly, clear my desk a little bit. What was in there? Right, and that can go in that pocket, and then we just need to put something in the pocket behind there. So cool. What else did I have? I've got this little double pocket wraparound, and this was part of Roxy's challenge, I think week 1. Roxy's weekly challenge over on Roxy Creations. Yeah. How about in the back? That's kind of nice on there. I like the colours, and it still leaves you all that writing space even once you've filled the pocket. So we need to do along the bottom and up the 2 sides. Glue. So it's a little double pocket. Not very deep, just some cute little bits and pieces. Okay, and the trickiest part is lining it up and popping it on your page. So I don't think I'll go right to the bottom. Just bring it up a little bit. Oops, don't want glue everywhere. Okay, and just give it a press down, make sure it sticks nicely on the page there. And so we've got 4 more pockets to put things in, but we need lots more pockets and fun things yet. And then this is the last piece that I've got. Made these quite a while ago, circle pockets. Gail Agostinelli did a video on making these, and they're super fun, and I made a whole bunch at the time. I did it on video as well, so I've got a video on making these. And I've still got a couple more after I use this one, and I thought this one, the colours sort of give me that country vibe, so I thought it would work well with this kit. So where have we got belly band there? What about if we went right bang smack in the middle of that? I think that looks incredibly pretty, and I think I might leave it as a side pocket as well. So there's 2 bottom pockets here, there's a pocket here, and then there's a pocket here. You could also make it a pocket at the top, but I think rather than at the top, I might make it on the side, just because I think that would look cool. It just makes it a little bit different to what I've done before. There we go, pop you down there, and I do love it on that lacy background from Weathered Textures. I think because this is very neutral, but it's very textured at the same time, that it just provides a beautiful textural background for this more colourful centerpiece. And then once it's got things in it, you may remember there's one of these in the Playful Days journal. If you saw that journal or watched the making of that, it's got one of these pockets in that journal, full with colourful cartoon journal cards. Right, so that was the last piece that's pre-made. So what to do now? I do want to do some more sort of full page type pocket things. I hadn't planned anything. How are we going for time? 34 minutes. Maybe we'll call it a video at this point, because I'm kind of struggling to get my brain to think of what else. Oh, no. We've got pockets and things in here, don't we? Yes, we do. We do. So we've got a simple little pocket like that. some envelopes and bits and pieces. Let's have a play with something out of here. Some of these bigger pieces. Right, so there's a little envelope. It's super cute. There's another similar sized envelope, slightly bigger. This is a bigger envelope. Oh, that's so cute. She's adorable. She is absolutely adorable. And then this beautiful one, that's the same as our first page here. Same image. So we've got this little pocket. It's on present. No, it's not on presentation paper. It's on copy paper, so it does need a bit of. Yep. Okay. So let's do that. Let's back this with something to make it a sturdier. So all I need is a bit of book page, really. And where's my book gone? So I'm just going to grab out my accounting software book here and grab a page out. So handy, this book. I love having a book where you just don't care at all. Like, you can easily sacrifice it, never to be seen again, because it's boring and dull and there's nothing exciting about it. It's modern white paper. It's not even a full A4 size, so it's smaller than A4. And I've just got no compunction at all about tearing it up, using it, getting it grungy, grotty, disposing of it, or covering it so it's never seen again. You know, some book pages I look at and it's like, oh, I can't cover that up because it's too pretty, it's too old, it's too interesting. This, none of that. It's just like, let's cover it up. So yeah, very handy to have that, something like that where you just don't care. to be honest, you just don't care. Right, so that's going to give it a bit more support as a pocket, because I only printed this one on copy paper. Often I'll print them on presentation paper when they're a pocket or something, but if it's on a page with other things, and it's mostly other things, like things I would glue on, then sometimes they get missed. And I do them on copy paper. And even on presentation paper, it may have still required a bit of backing just to make it a bit stronger. And I will ink around this, even though it's dark, but because in places I haven't cut the backing away quite well enough, and just a little smidge of white showing here and there. So let's anchor up, hide all the sins of the cutting. Right, okay, now we find a place that we want to put this wee pocket. So it's not the full page pocket that I was after, but so just looking at spacing, how we are going for spacing. Put a little pocket here. It's kind of nice, but do I want to put a full page pocket on this page? Don't want to cover that up because that's too pretty. This will end up being a pocket, this envelope. I haven't cut it open yet, but I will do that. Kind of like that there actually. So I'm just going to go with it. And we can decorate this up a bit too, because I feel like it could do with just a little bit of decoration on top of it. But we can do that when it's stuck down. So I almost ended the video. Right, there we go. Right, what would we like to pop on top of it? So we've got all these lovely horse heads, but they're too big. Oh, that one's rather nice. They're cute. Again, I think I want something under him or her. Could be a her, you know. It's another bit of this encyclopedia page. Oh, I like that. Yep. And this time I'm not going to ink around the paper. Actually, do I want it right up? I think I want it right up to that edge, up to the black border. So pretty. Honestly, I'm in love working with horses. Just hits all the right notes for me, all the right buttons, hitting my pleasure receptors for sure. I mean, how can you not love horses? They're so noble creatures. Beautiful, strong, wonderful creatures. And so beautiful. Did I mention they're beautiful? I'm just making sure you heard me. They are beautiful. I know not everyone's a horse fan, but, you know, I am. So let me rave. Let me rave because, yeah, I just adore horses. And looking through our little bits of ephemera and bits and pieces. No, it's a bit big. Ticket, not the right colour. What's this little one? Yep, let's pop that down there. And I can see there's little bits of white where I didn't cut it out completely properly. So just a little bit of ink and she's good to go. I've got to keep in mind the lace aspect too, so I might need to go back through and sort of think where I might want some lace. And I still need to do the lace on the edges of the pages, which I should do before I get too carried away with pockets and find that I haven't left places to put lace. So maybe in the next video I will have sorted out some laces and we'll put those on and then continue on with ephemera and bits and pieces. So there we go. So there's another wee pocket to put something in, which I don't have anything to put in it at the moment. And I may as well, while I'm here and while I'm seeing it, cut this open so I don't forget. It's quite a tough little envelope, and put a thumb notch in it. If I can slide in the, make room to move. This flap isn't actually straight, so it's not that I've cut it crooked, it's just that it wasn't straight to begin with. So cut a thumb notch out. And we can give that a bit of ink while we're here. And this will need decorating up as well. Maybe I should have done it before I sewed everything in, but never mind. We can still do it. Just trying to make sure I don't get ink where I don't want ink on the other pages. I'm getting crumbs everywhere, so there is going to be ink because when I brush it off it's going to streak. Never mind. Add to the authenticity. Oops, there goes my alarm. Sorry about that, guys. I keep forgetting to turn it off because I've put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but that doesn't affect the alarms. The alarms still go off. Right, there we go. That's that side, and I can do the other side. Why not do it now? Then it's taken care of. Of course, the other side is open because that's where the flap is. But I probably want to cover the sticky part so that it doesn't accidentally stick itself shut at some point. So I can decorate that up, but let's just ink it so I know it's already done. I think I need more ink. Tell you what, it's a lot easier to do this before you sew it in. It's not impossible to do at this stage, but it's just so much easier to do it beforehand. But I didn't think about it. I was just super keen to get the signature sewn in because it's like progress, and I was so nervous about the cover. So nervous that it would go completely pear-shaped, and it didn't. So I'm just super thrilled. Right, spongy crumbs, crummy sponge. Right, so that's all inked up, so it just needs to be decorated and filled. So there we go. There is the journal to date so far. So good progress, I think. I think it's going to be a lovely, just yummy, soft cover journal that's full of beautiful horses and lace, and of course cowgirls, because that's the theme of it. Thanks so much for coming along and spending this time with me, everybody. I hope you're enjoying it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye.